Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Outer Wilds. This is episode 11, Learn English with Outer Wilds. We found out a lot of stuff last time, the towers and how to use them and teleport around. We found a way into the Black Hole Forge, but it wasn't raised to where we could look at it. So I think today we need to go to Brittle Hollow, raise it first, and then go to Ash Twin and teleport there. That's what I'm going to try to do anyways. Besides that, we also tried to go to the Sun Station, but died trying because there were too many prickly cactuses blocking the way. So maybe we'll try to do that. I do have a little kitty cat on my lap here. You can't really see him in the camera, but apologize in advance if he goes rogue, as he sometimes does. He might participate in the episode today. We'll have to see. Okay. This thing right here is called a winch. Just an interesting fact. A winch. It like you wrap cord or other. I think in that case it was a steel cable around it, and you can pull it. And it goes around the winch and it pulls something up. It's actually how most elevators work. Okay. Brittle Hollow. That's where we want to go. Now, I remember last time we were at Brittle Hollow that there on the northern side there's a... Whoops. Oh, no. What happened? We made it really far. Ooh, we really messed up something. Okay, is that good now? I guess the autopilot had a little malfunction there. Last time we were at Brittle Hollow, I remember. We found there was a way into it from like the northern glacier, North Pole, whatever you want to call it. A way to get inside. And I think the one on the left here is the North Pole, if I remember correctly. Yes. So let's go there. Somewhere around here, I remember we found like a little gap in the ice or something that lets us go down there. I don't remember where it was, though. We're going to try to find it. Let's land here. Hopefully we'll go fast. And there won't be a... Because I remember this place collapses as the day goes on, so... I feel like it was around here somewhere. Wasn't it? I don't know. I don't remember exactly where it was. There was a little hole, though. Oh, yeah, right here. Okay. This should go all the way down and let us get to somewhere. Don't know exactly what. I think didn't we follow this down? This might be a bad idea. We're about to find out. Oh no, I hurt myself. Oh well. Yes, and now, what do we do? There's a way to raise the... Yeah, right here, right? Yeah, Black Hole Forge control. Awesome, okay. Now we gotta raise the Black Hole Forge. There it goes. Now, how do we get out? Is there a way to go back up the way we just came? I feel like there isn't because we fell. Let's try it, though. Maybe? Oh, yeah. Here? Yes. Okay, this is working out well. Except for when I almost died by falling. But we didn't die. Oh, I didn't even see that. That probably would have... This would have helped us get down without falling. Okay. Okay. Let's get out of here. If their ship's still here? Yes. Sweet. Sweet. Sweet is something people say. I say it a lot. Not everybody says it. It depends on where you are, where you're from in the English speaking world, but sweet is like awesome or cool or is, you know, it's just a way to say like cool. Let's find, where is no, we're not looking for Brittle Hall anymore. We're looking for the Ashen Twins. There. They're gonna go behind the sun. We don't want to fly through the sun, so I'm gonna actually disengage the autopilot because I don't want it to kill us. I don't know how smart the autopilot is, but it did just crash us into something, so I think it's not very intelligent. Is it working? Yeah, okay, it is working. I was a little suspicious. You never know. Machines are not always very reliable. I think we all know that. Apologize for any background noises. It's Mr. Spike going ballistic with his toys. Okay. We're here. Now, where are we looking for again? Oh yeah, that's right. It's not, isn't it? It's not quite surfaced yet, I believe. So maybe here's the sun one. Let's go in here and see if there's anything we can figure out while we're waiting. I don't know if there's going to be anything new in here, but let's take a look. No. Nothing new. I don't know what to do here exactly. Oh, you know what? I wonder if the sand, it's gradually going down, right? Oh, here comes the, let's not get sucked up by this. It's gradually going down. I wonder if we have to come here really early before the sand has fallen too far, and maybe it'll let us walk through there if we do that. So we have to come here really early for the sun station. Maybe. I'm not sure, actually. In the meantime, where is the black hole station? There's this twin station. There's got to be something else to do with the twin station. Because why are there two sides? Why wouldn't there just be one side to get you to the other side, right? Let's look there because the other one hasn't surfaced yet anyways. That's another phrase. Is that going to suck up my ship? No. Wow, it's really close though. It's another phrase you might hear people say is surfacing. It's kind of uncommon, but it means that something is coming to the surface. So this one, oh yeah, see the roof is broken. That explains why when we tried to go through it, it sucked us through the roof. Because this side the roof's not broken, right? Yeah. Should we wait for another pass and see if, or should we just go to the, let's just go to the black hole one. It's good. Hopefully it's surfaced by now. I think there's a lot of timing in this game that you have to get used to. There's the sun one. I think it's the other way. Right? No, that's the Timberhearth one. Which we took and I think we determined doesn't do much. Is it this one? Yes, I think this is the black hole one, and it's not quite surfaced yet. It's not quite surfaced yet, so I think we actually do have time to play with the other one. If we go quickly. Ooh, it's gonna be close. Now, how do we not get sucked up while still using it? Maybe if we hide in here? Let's see what happens. If it starts to glow and activate. I don't know. Ooh, it worked. Whoa, where are we? What is this? Whoa. Whoa. Oh, this is the place with the masks. Okay, we found it. I remember we used a projection stone once and we saw this place, but we didn't know what it was. 12 minutes until end of cycle transmission. Mass receiving data from probe tracking module, giant steep memory statue, Timberhearth memory statue. 10 minutes, 45 seconds ago, received data from previous cycles. So I think the cycle we're in is about 22 minutes long, 25, it's something like that, so that explains a lot. They're receiving data from the probe tracking module. I don't know what that means exactly. And then the two statues. So the statue on Timberhearth is what we saw at the very beginning of the playthrough, and it gave us the ability to relive this time loop. And then the one on Giant Steep, that other guy, I can't remember his name right now, he also is experiencing the time loop because he interacted with the statue. Okay. Now the question is, how do we interact with these statues? Okay, there's stuff to read over here. Let's go over here. Yarrow. Today we finished the excavation of Ash Twin. So an excavation is where you're digging something out. So in paleontology, you're digging everything out to find the bones of dinosaurs or other creatures. So they've excavated Ash Twin. So I think we're inside. Yeah, I think you can see from the map, we're still on Ash Twin, the circular map. So I think we're inside Ash Twin. This is, I think, the Ash Twin project. I think we finally found it. Here in this space we carved. So carving is like creating something with a tool, like to make a statue or something. We will craft our most ambitious project yet, the Ash Twin project. Powerful enough to send information back in time. We keep going back in time. We've also finished relocating all subterranean plants we met while digging. So subterranean means below Earth. They relocated all the plants they found down here. We'll need to keep our eye on how significantly we've altered the environment here. Well, it seems they pretty significantly altered it because they hollowed out a planet. How far we've come since our experiments at the high energy lab. I still can hardly believe Ramy's hypothesis was true. So high energy, how far we've come is a pretty common expression in English too. It's just like to say how long a journey has been, like how far we've come since we started. Pokey just sent the warp core from the final tower to us from the Black Hole Forge. Now Ash Twin can be connected with Giant Steep, where Cassava is working with Avens to craft the orbital probe cannons. We already saw that. And where Phlox is sculpting the memory statues. Okay, so sculpting is another way to say carving. He's forming. When you sculpt something, you're taking something and making it into something else, usually a shape. In this case, a statue. They're using stone and they're sculpting it into a statue. That's why, like, Leonardo da Vinci was a sculptor. He made things out of stone. Among other things, he wasn't just a sculptor, but... Hypothesis. It is not by accident the core of our warp tower was the last to be forged. The cores could have been forged faster if Cassava had interrupted my work less with frequently asking for updates. The important point is that we are all connected through Ash Twin now, and also that I'm no longer needed for mediating your disagreements. So someone who's a mediator is someone who works with two parties to come to an agreement. So two people are arguing, and then you might have a third person, a friend or someone who's trying to mediate. He's trying to be like, let's come together and work through this so we can stop arguing. It's a mediator. It's also a legal term. Our friends on Giant Steep tested the orbital probe cannon today. Mallow tells me the cannon is doing well and that Avens advocates for more launch power. So we saw this. They used too much launch power and it blew up. If anyone can coax the maximum power from a device, Evans can. So coax is to get something to do something or to come near you. So you coax a cat with a treat. You'd be like, come here. Here's a treat for you. And you're trying to get the cat to come to you. That's coaxing the cat. But then if anyone can goad a device into exploding, that too is likely Avens. So goading is similar to coaxing, but you're trying to get someone to do something. You're like antagonizing them until they do something bad, sort of. So like goading a device into exploding would be like getting it to so mad it blows up. So goading someone would be like making fun of their weight or saying something you know will make them mad because you're trying to get a response from them or trying to get them to really blow up and get angry. Like, oh, you're goading them. Would it help to remind Avens that Mallow, his love, will be one of the Nomai aboard the cannon, or is Mallow part of the problem? Okay, there's a lot written here. Phlox and Daz finished the memory statues today, and they are truly remarkable. When the Ash Twin project succeeds, or in the event it fails, the memory statues will activate, allowing us to gather more data before we shut down the project. Ooh, interesting. So this is saying that the memory statues are like a fail-safe. So they activate when the project succeeds or fails. So at the start of the game, it activated on us. So did it succeed or did it fail? That's, I guess, what we're trying to find out. It's called a fail-safe when something like that happens. It's a trigger, a switch that will turn as soon as something else happens as a way to save you from failure. It's called a fail-safe. Pi and Idea have worked hard on the Sun Station. It is at last is complete. If everything goes as planned, this structure will prompt the sun's explosion, which will in turn supply the power of the Ashton project requires. Oh, okay. So we had previously thought that maybe the interloper was causing the explosion, and I still think that's true. So maybe the Sun Station, that's how they're going to try to get the power to create more time with their time traveling thing, but it clearly didn't work because they're all dead. Something else happened. Interesting. I'm impressed by their mental fortitude. This was the project's most difficult task in more ways than one. Okay. We're nearly ready to activate the Ash Twin project. Here is what will happen. First, the Sun Station will receive the order to fire at the sun, prompting it to explode. Okay, so the Sun Station is a weapon that will make the sun explode. Using the energy from the resulting supernova, the Ash Twin project will send the order for the orbital probe cannon to fire back in time by 22 minutes. So something went wrong because when we wake up every day, we see that orbital cannon fire, but the sun hasn't exploded yet, so something else is causing it to fire. Exactly 22 minutes after these orders are received, the Sun Station will again trigger the supernova to send the probe data from this cannon launch back in time. Okay. In total, each cycle created by the Ash Twin Project will last precisely 22 minutes. We can end the cycle at will. Interesting. I think we're stuck in this cycle. These words are difficult to write. The sun station did not work. Okay, so now we know it didn't work. However, this is the closest we have ever been. The Ash Twin Project is theoretically sound. Theoretically sound means it should work in theory, but for some reason it doesn't, so they're not sure what's wrong. We were only unable to power it. Perhaps there is another way. So theoretically sound, for instance, something that would be theoretically sound is, theoretically, humans could build a society on Mars. If we could somehow get there, we could do it, but we can't get there to do it. So it's theoretically possible, but is not possible given our current technology. Suppose we redesign the sun station. To generate power of that magnitude, a supernova is still our only viable option. I believe we can still find a way to create a supernova, my friend. Don't lose hope. Okay, so this explains it. So maybe the interloper is their backup solution, and that's where we come into the story. The interloper's about to blow up the sun. This is easier expressed than accomplished. Easier said than done is another way of saying that. A very common expression in English. Easier said than done. You can wait for the sun to explode on its natural timeline if you prefer, Idea, but you'll need to find some way to halt our aging process. So they're saying we could wait for... Because all stars eventually collapse and explode, but they'd have to slow down their body's ability to age so that they could live long enough to see it, because it could be thousands or millions of years before that happens. We are halting our research into creating a supernova for this moment. A comet has newly arrived in the solar system and we're anxious to explore it. Okay, so they stopped their research because the interloper showed up. It's been a very long time since we last explored somewhere new, so we're excited to welcome this comet. Imagine what knowledge might be gained there. Okay. I see these. Giant steep projection stone. Brittle hollow. I've installed the masts inside the Ash Twin Project's flocks. They look beautiful, although I do feel as though I'm being observed. It's comforting knowing the statues will not pair until the project succeeds. Otherwise, I imagine the experience would be hard to endure. Pair. So when something pairs, it's like it links with something. So your headphones pair with your phone so you can listen to music. That's pairing. It's when two things come together. It's also what a pair is, like a pair of earrings. There are two earrings in a set. Ideally, they'll only need to activate once the project succeeds as a safety measure. However, the statues will also activate in the event of equipment failure. Okay, so it must have been equipment failure because our statue activated. They will? Why is that? If anything goes wrong with the Ash Twin Project, the statues and their masks will make us aware of the situation and enable us to fix it. Otherwise, it would be possible for us to remain permanently unaware of the problem. So they're like a fail-safe. For what? I'm not sure. I hadn't thought of that. What a profoundly horrific fate that would be. Oh, I get it. So the masks are to prevent them from getting stuck in this time loop. And they wouldn't even know they were in the time loop. Theoretically, because it would just keep repeating over and over again. That would be horrific. Okay, let's move this one. Timber Hearth Projection Stone. Let's see what this one says. It's a lot to read here. My gratitude for the latest shipment, Oneo. Oneo. This ore should be the last we'll need for the Ash Twin Project. Ore is like raw material, usually metal. So you turn ore into, like copper ore, you turn it into copper. Once we finish the shell that seals off this central chamber, we'll check to ensure that there are no longer any physical entrances. Ronnie and I will be checking the interior and then the exterior for cracks, our final safety check. So I think that's where we are. This is exciting news. Can I offer an extra set of eyes for this final check, specifically mine? I think we've read this. If my work here is complete, I'd be delighted to help. We'd be grateful if you would. The more eyes, the better, as the smallest flaw or opening in the shell that protects the Ash Twin Project could lead to disaster. So we're inside some sort of shell that's supposed to protect us, I think, from the sun exploding. Interesting. We might have read some of these, but let's see. I have good news, Yarrow. The advanced warped core is ready to be installed in the central chamber of Ash Twin. I'm intrigued, love. Intrigued means like I'm curious. I want to see. Everyone here is working on the Ash Twin project is excited to see it. Pi is beside herself with joy. No, it isn't. So I think that's supposed to be like, no, I'm not, but I don't think these people have a gender. So they refer to themselves in the ungendered tense, which we have in English. Some languages don't have an ungendered tense. Is everything well at the forge? The core's durability could still be improved. I need more time. Ignore her, Yarrow. The core is finished, and if my sister tells you otherwise, she will be finished as well. Don't worry, love. Poke is only nervous. The core is extraordinary, and her design work is beautifully clever. Okay. There's something over here. What's this? Artificial gravity control. I don't know what that does. Oh, it turned the gravity off. Ooh! Okay, turn it back on. We don't want to be floating around in here. That would be bad. Okay, and what does this do? Oh, it opens the central thing. How do we get up there? Probably by turning that gravity control off. Removing the core will disable the Ash Twin project. You are about to access the core while the Ash Twin project is active. I wonder what happens if we remove that. I guess we should try. That's the core up there. Well, this might stop the explosion from happening. Well, actually, I don't know. Let's go up there and let's turn the gravity off and then go up there. Let's do it. I removed the warp core. What's going to happen? The music stopped. I don't know what else there is. It turned all the lights off. Let's go back through the teleporter. Oh, this is difficult with no gravity. Okay, I took that out. Did it change anything? I don't know what happened. There's definitely new music. I don't know what we did. Okay, well, we took the warp core out. Feels like a significant thing to do. But I don't know what it did. This is new music for sure. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Maybe go back to Timber Hearth. I don't know what we've done. if anything. The interloper is still definitely coming around to collide with the sun. Let's go back home, maybe? I don't know what we did. We took the warp core out. What does it mean? Let's look at the computer really quick. A hollowed out yeah, okay. I think it's not going to change the fact that taking this out is not going to change anything. If I had to guess. I don't know. This is definitely new music, though, that's playing. Let's go to the observation tower and maybe we can show the science guy? I don't know. Statue opened its eyes, but yeah, we already talked to this. Okay, no, I can't tell him anything new. How? Okay. Where's the old guy? No, that was the old guy. I don't know. How close is the interloper to hitting the sun? Oh, it's very close. So sun's about to blow up. I don't know if removing this really did anything. They made this cool music play. Whoops. That is not what I intended to do. Well, the sun's gonna blow. That's not good. Well, I thought, shouldn't the sun have blown up by now? Okay, there it goes. So removing that does not stop the sun from blowing up, we can say. Ooh, interesting. So that's the end of the game if you take that out. I'm guessing that's the bad ending. Okay. Load previous save, because we definitely don't want to end it there. So what day is it? Ah, okay, so we probably do want to do that, but after we've figured out how to stop the interloper from hitting the sun, right? Because then we're no longer in the time loop. Okay, so we still remember everything from what happened, though. Interesting. Okay. Let's return to Ash Twin because there was that, the sun station. That was interesting. I'm glad we were allowed to restart and the game's not just over. Oh, boy. Okay, we gotta figure out... I might just hover up here. We gotta wait for it to start sucking away the sand. Wonder why it doesn't... It's not always doing it. There must be a delay. There it goes. Okay. Now we have to find the sun station. It's gonna be somewhere on the equator. There's something. What is that? Nope, that's part of that thing. That I don't know what you want to call it. Glowing apparatus thing. The thing that powers these stations. takes a little while. There is something. That's not the sun station, though. Sun station has like a sun-shaped roof. Let's go around the column of sand. There it is, right there. Suited up, let's go. We have to wait for this pass from the thing. Maybe? Yeah, I think we're gonna have to wait. Because the door is not even visible yet. It's just visible. I think this is gonna work. I think there's a level where the sand is high enough that we won't get pricked by all of the cactuses, but that we'll still be able to get through. Yeah, look at this. Just gotta go quick. Ooh, and you gotta wait here because we're not... Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, sweet. Can open this so that we can go back out when we need to. And then I'm guessing this will line up with the sun. And then that's how we get there. It's interesting. You definitely could not do any... I was curious at the beginning if you could do everything you needed in one day if you actually knew where everything was, but I don't think that would work because certain things have to be timed at certain times, otherwise they aren't available, like this. Interesting. Is this gonna work? Oh, okay. It did. We are somewhere. Based on the sound I'm hearing outside, it's probably the sun. This looks cool. What's this? 6 minutes 39 seconds ago. Increased solar activity detected. Sensation hull integrity approaching critical levels. Closing emergency doors. 281,042 years ago. Long time ago. No user commands received for 10 minutes. All systems entering sleep. So we now have a date for how long it's been since the Nomai were wiped out by something. 281,000 years. It's a while. What's this? Opens emergency door. Let's do it. I don't know what's gonna do. Oh. Do we have to jump? How are we gonna jump across there? We have to get across there, right? Oh my god. Ooh, okay. I wasn't intending to jump right there, but... Okay, we made it. Wow, that was scary. Okay. We're in the sun station. What is this? Mission. Science compels us to explode the sun. To blow up the sun. Can't we change this? I don't enjoy working in view of such a morbid mission statement. Morbid meaning like having to do with death. But it's accurate. We're going to create a supernova for the purpose of scientific progress. That's our mission. Our mission is to decide if such an irresponsible feat is even possible. Irresponsible. Blowing up the sun is probably pretty irresponsible. Yeah. Here's a better one. Mission: determine if it's possible to prompt the sun to explode. Exactly. Like how do you even do that? You lack a sense of humor. At least I don't lack a sense of ethics. So a sense of humor, like people without a sense of humor don't laugh at jokes. They don't think anything's funny because they're like, what's the point? And a sense of ethics is someone who, if you lack a sense of ethics, you don't see what's wrong with doing anything. You have no moral code. Kindly refrain from going supernova on me before the sun does, Idea. So we have a term in English, it's called exploding on someone means like you're getting really mad. You're like, hey! You're like exploding with emotion. And going supernova is even worse than that. It's like, because supernova is like the biggest explosion possible in the universe. So it's like you're so mad. You're the most mad you could be with someone. Okay. What's down there? Oh my. These like are masks or something. So this looks like it goes somewhere. Let's go over here for starters. Oh, here's a statue. This is one of the statues. Is there anything else up here? Some plants, some benches, shelves. Nothing of note, I don't think. I wonder what we're supposed to discover here. That goes down, but it looks like it goes down somewhere spooky. Let's see. Yeah, where does this go? Oh, it's an observation room that looks directly at the sun. Here's another statue. Ooh, a mural. It's a person holding a scale. A scale is something that balances two things, and so it looks like the sun and the eye of the universe that they're looking for are on the scale. It's got to be some pretty strong glass if we're looking directly at the sun, I gotta say. Ash Twin Projection Stone. What's this gonna tell us? What happened? Did the sun station not fire? It fired, Yarrow, but it failed. The sun barely responded. There was infinitesimally small surface level changes, but they were barely visible, even to the third eye. So infinitesimal is something that's like really, 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 really small. Really small, like an atom. The sun station is useless. It will never and could never cause the sun to explode. So it won't ever do it, and it couldn't ever do it. So will never is future tense. It will never work, and could never is past. I don't actually know the fancy term for it, but it basically means that it's like conditional. In the past, it also couldn't do it. So it was never possible. I don't know what comes next, my friends. I suppose we must start over, but I'm unsure how to start over. Pi, I hurt for you, my friends. We all know how hard you both worked. I can only offer my compassion. How are you? How is Idea? We're well, Yarrow, as well as we can be expected given the circumstances, though disappointed. I may have disagreed with exploding the sun, but I never wished the device would fail. I'd hoped our terrible work was finished. Return to Ash Twin first, my friend. Perhaps a change of task would help. Spire noticed a comet approaching the star system that will likely investigate. Something happened with the comet. Approximate time until sun station is destroyed by expanding star, 1 minute 37 seconds. Approximate time until star's death, 13 minutes 7 seconds. So this somehow knows that the star's going to die. So maybe they caused the comet to do what it's going to do, and it's taken 281,000 years for it to occur. Stars reach end of natural life cycle. Now approaching red giant stage. Warning, evacuate sun station. Okay, it's time to get out of here. How are we gonna get back across without dying, though? We might die here. Actually, I think we're gonna be able to get out of here. Okay. We were able to escape. Just in the nick of time, as they say. In the nick of time means right before it was too late. In the nick of time. Don't know why it's called that. Don't know what Nick has to do with it. It's a name of a man. Okay, now what do we do? We have 13 minutes about until the star explodes, it said. Let's go back in here and look at the log. Okay, sun station resolved. We need to find escape pod 3. I'm not sure we have enough time on this day to do that. We might have to do it next episode. Oh, right. We didn't go to the black hole forge. We can do that. Where is it? This is the sun station. Where's the black hole station? Is it this? I think it's this. I think it's that. To wait for this pillar of sand to pass. Pillar and column kind of mean the same thing. It's a big structure. You see pillars a lot in front of like banks or sometimes churches, especially in Italy and places like, because Rome was very fond of building pillars. They were metaphorical for them. They represented like the strength of democracy and such like that. Wait, this isn't right. That's the giant steep one. That's the one that looks like a tornado. Where is the black hole one? Is it this one? I think it might be this one. Actually, I just can't remember. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's this one. We just have to wait. Wait for it to line up with the black hole. I'm pretty sure it's this one. I actually don't remember now. We're about 10 minutes to decide until we blow up. Maybe less. Yes, it is this one. Wait. I thought we lowered the black hole thing. Did we do that on a different day? Did we die already? I already forgot. I was so surprised. I think we did. I think we forgot. Yeah, no, we died, didn't we? Okay. Well, we'll have to do that on another day. Yeah, that's right, because we got distracted with the... And then we accidentally ended the game by taking the crystal, or the warp core out of the Ash Twin project. Well, okay. Oh, and there goes our ship. Oh, no. Come back, ship. Oh, goodness. That is not what I was trying to do. I think our ship's gonna get sucked back in. Well, it doesn't really matter. I just was gonna look at the ship log a little more before we die. But I think our ship's gonna get sucked up again. Maybe not. Let's look at the ship log a little more. So, just to plan for next episode, what are we gonna do? We still need to go into Dark Bramble. The probe tracking module is missing. I wonder, do we have time? I just had a thought. It said on here that in the Ashen Twin project thing that we were in, there was it said that the probe was receiving data. Where is... Nope. Right here. I don't know if I don't think we have time, but let's try. Let's go back in there, and what I want to try is to see if those masks somehow can tell us anything about the probe that's missing. It's the other one. I'm not sure we have enough time. I think we might be about to explode, but we're gonna try. We might have like a couple minutes though, and it might be enough time to... We didn't really look at the masks while we were in there. We were so enamored with everything else happening that we kind of forgot about the masks. Just gotta wait. This was another very productive episode. I think we're getting close to the end of the story. We gotta figure out where that one probe went that's in the Dark Bramble. And that might have some clues as to how to stop the interloper. And if we can stop the interloper, then the sun won't explode, I think. Because... Actually, I don't know. Because the sun is still becoming a red giant. It's a little unclear to me if because the interloper, it said if it were to ignite what's inside the interloper, it would wipe out the universe, and then the interloper goes into the sun, and then it blows up. But I'm not clear if that's a coincidence or not. I don't think it is, but you never know. Okay. Is there any way to get any sort of information from these masks? That's the question. I don't know. There's a projection stone thing there. Oh, there's a statue here. We read all the projection stones. Brittle Hollow, Timber Hearth, Giant's Deep. That opens that, but I don't think there's anything to do besides take it out and it ends the game. What if we take one of these and put it in this projection pool? It's probably just going to show us Giant Steep, though. Actually, hold on. Did we read this? Probe tracking module is receiving data. I'm not sure. This is just going to show us, yeah, we've been here. So the projection pools let you see stuff from other places. But it is receiving data from the probe tracking module. It's got to mean something. Maybe there's a way to repair all these masks and get them, because these three just need data to be receiving from them. This one is broken. And then this one needs to be turned on as well. Yeah, I don't know. It's all stuff we know. It's all stuff we know. I don't think there's anything else to do in here right now. I wonder if we stay in here when the sun explodes, do we live? Whoa, that was weird. Probably not. Why don't we try it? We'll just stay in here and see if we live through this sun explosion. Because they did design this chamber to survive the sun explosion. That's kind of the whole point of the Ashwin project. Right? Because as far as we know, we don't know anything that happens past when the sun explodes. Let's close the core just in case. It might help it survive. Who knows? It's interesting that the inside of this planet looks like space. But it's actually just stone if you look at it. But it's stone that sparkles. Sparkles is when it has these little bright points of light. What's happening? Whoa. Okay, we didn't survive, but that was weird. It wasn't quite like what normally happens. I think, my theory, I just had a theory that maybe that the loop was closing. That's why it went like, whoop. And so we didn't die, but the loop ended, so we have to go back to when the loop started again now. So that might be a clue of how we ultimately survive the sun exploding after we stop everything from happening. Not sure. Okay, well, I'll end it there. Thank you for watching. I'll be back with the next episode, and have a good day, everyone. Bye.